yeah.
Well, it may be the devil or it may be the Lord, but you're gonna have to serve some.
Used to sing opera, you know. Well, probably not. Alden Davis is here. Hi, Alden.
Hey, Ray. Good morning.
Great song.
Isn't that a great song by Dylan?
Really
and
is.
That song really brings us into today's Star Power coaching session on a most important subject. You gotta serve somebody.
Well, you do.
Yeah. Ray, you know, I'm not feeling the upbeat vibe today.
From whom?
It's a good thing I can choose not to serve negative feelings.
All right.
As coach, my job is not political or social commentary. However, I must be sensitive to what's happening. My job is to inspire and to keep our minds at peak effectiveness to live our best possible lives. What a gray. And as it ends, there are very few things I know for certain anymore. But what I do know is this. Children will grow up. Tomatoes will ripen. We will get older.
Oh, yeah.
The sun will rise. And seasons will change. Certainty in tumultuous times is good. Certainty of conviction is also good. Turn the clock back 3,200 years. We enter a time in history when big change was occurring. Moses has died and Joshua has led the nation to its next inflection point. As he begins this transition, he says to the assembled nation, "But if serving the Lord seems undesirable to you, then choose for yourselves this day whom you will serve. But as for me and my household, we will serve the Lord." Just as Bob Dylan sang, but you're going to have to serve somebody. Yes, indeed, you're going to have to serve somebody. Well, it may be the devil or it may be the Lord, but you're going to have to serve somebody. There it is, clarity of conviction. Let's examine this moment related to our 5-point star power model. I believe that conviction creates an attitude that makes a person appear confident, not arrogant. When you are competing for scarce jobs and the line is long, confidence can go a long way to set you apart from the crowd. There is a great story about Freddie the Thinker. One summer at age 16, Freddie said he was going to get a job. His family was dubious because jobs were scarce, but confidently he told his family there was a type that got jobs, the thinking type. His search ended on a Saturday morning in line for an interview. Even though he arrived early, there were 20 ahead of him, and they all looked equally confident. Faced with the problem of competition, he puzzled how he could get noticed. After deep thought, lots of thinking, he came up with an idea. Taking a slip of paper, he wrote something on it and walked up to the admin and asked that the note be given to the interviewer. Faced with such a confident attitude, the note was taken in. The interviewer smiled as the note said, "I am the 21st kid in line. Don't do anything until you see me." Such creativity got Freddie the job, and he learned an important principle. Don't react emotionally. Think and think and think, and then act. As for me and my house, this statement of conviction drives my confidence and fuels my courage. Remember, the goal is to keep our minds in peak state to live our best possible life. Next on the Star Power model, which you can find at myvaluetree.com, is associations. Who are you bringing into your life and to whom are you listening? Reminds me of the story about the eagle and chickens. A farm lad once climbed up to an eagle's nest and took an egg and inserted it into the chicken coop at home. The eggs all hatched, and the eaglet grew up only knowing the life of a chicken. It was content and lived a normal chicken's life until the day it saw an eagle soar overhead. Something awakened inside, and the eaglet knew it could be more. It wanted to soar. Having never flown, it had to stretch out its wings. It had to flap them. It had to work until it learned how to fly. With great effort, it finally left the coop and soared to the highest peaks. No one is better at being you than you. You must discover your truly great self, and it will start with the conviction of your beliefs. As the Union poster in the hall read, if you stand for nothing, you will fall for anything. It's hard to soar with eagles, Ray, when all you associate with are chickens. Here in Hartford, we have people who soar with eagles. They have conviction around respect, meaning you are important. They take action. First is our good friend Gallo Rodriguez, CEO at the Village. When you think the world is bleak and a dark place, turn to the Village. It's the first orphanage in the country. They continue a 200-year legacy of building healthy families who nurture children. This only happens through the efforts of hundreds of people with conviction about families. The next is a truly great guy named Warren Boley. Warren is the board chair at Fresh Start. Don't know about them?
No.
Their mission is building furniture while rebuilding lives. Using recycled lumber from pallets and such, they create an environment where struggling people can learn the skills necessary to get back on their feet. There is light in Hartford. There is light in you. Gallo and Warren are not the nihilists that Nietzsche espoused, those who don't believe in the culturally accepted aspects of human life, those who believe in nothing, have no loyalties, and serve no purpose other than an impulse to destroy. So just the way Joshua clarified the decision for the people, the same decision is in front of us right now. Who are you going to serve? You got to serve somebody. It's been a tough week, and I want to close with this thought.
Yeah.
The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. Remember, you are never defeated by anything until you accept in your mind the thought that you are defeated. These are our days, Ray. I'm Coach Davis.
Man, you took a spiritual turn here today. And I'm not criticizing. I'm just saying, whoa, very nice.
You got to serve somebody, right?
Yeah.
That song, you know, it kind of brings it back around to us.
What led you to this song? I mean, besides the fact it's a great song.
Let's see. I think it started with the fact that it was a tough week. So much is going on.
Yeah.
And I think it is about you got to serve somebody. What are we serving? And that's why I like people like Warren and Gallo, because they've chosen to serve solutions, right? They've chosen to create opportunities in the community that help the people that need the help. And there's a whole support structure behind them of people donating their time and money to make it work. So, you know, while there's the sense that the world's burning, we've got people doing good here in our town. And I think that's what got me to it, right? You got to serve somebody. And that took me to the song and the verse and everything else.
Well, there's an old saying. It's an old newsroom saying. This guy worked. Huh? This guy worked.
Like he dropped out there.
No. This guy was worked with for years. Been in broadcasting forever and ever and ever. But he started at the Kansas City Star. And he said his first editor they went to work for as a young guy, had this saying, and it was this. Work for the masses, live with the classes. Work for the classes, live with the masses. In other words, if you look at like successful artists, they're working for the common guy.
Mm-hmm.
So in other words, if you want to be successful, do things, once again, serve your fellow man. Yeah. I just think that's where we've got to keep our attention focused. And the job here with us today in this few minutes together is to remember our job is to help people thrive, keep in a good state of mind, keep it's hard to sometimes
focused. Well, yeah, but that's why we're doing this, because my mind has to stay on the things that are going to help me achieve my success. That's why I like that statement. You are never defeated by anything. Until you accept in your mind the thought that you are defeated.
Well, there you are.
There we have it. Hey, you know what the one bright spot in my week was? What? When you told me you had eaten at Stroud's in Kansas City.
Yeah.
And you mentioned mashed potatoes and gravy.
Oh, it's a great cream gravy. It's marvelous. Now they do canned veg. They do like canned beans. I think comes with everything, but their rolls are good. Bread's good. George Brett used to eat there a lot. So did Rush Limbaugh, for that matter. It used to be under a bridge. Now it's more freestanding, but it was really tremendous. It's a great place. It's world famous.
Yeah, well, it looked like it. So in Cook's Country, they had a recipe for the cinnamon rolls,
which are really good. Plenty of butter.
First person report there. Hey, so is this the last time for a while?
Is this what? I don't know.
Okay.
They don't tell me nothing, Alden. I mean, I think Steve's going to start doing the show. Basically, what they tell me is be here.
Well, it's
but no,
good, right?
Well, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'll talk to Steve here later, but they fixed it up so maybe he can do the show from his house.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, you never know. But thank you. Always good to be with everyone.
Well, and even if Alden isn't on, myvaluetree.com is where you go.
That's right. You can still get podcasts.
See, and so you can relive memories, including this one, which was a pretty interesting one, I thought. Really.
Good.
By the way, can I ask you a question? Whatever happened to coronavirus?
I'm sorry you asked that question because I think now that we're where we are, I got to say I'm starting to feel a little duped. But I know it was real. We know people impacted by it. So here's what
yes, we do.
As for me and my house,
yeah,
we're still wearing masks. We're still washing our hands.
Well, I am too.
We still believe we're accountable for our health. So you know what? I take the data we saw with our own eyes.
Yep.
And we make the decisions that we believe is the best for us.
Well, there you go.
I like that statement. As for me and my house. And
I like that.
Where I want to be today.
I know. I mean, I think there was some hype involved. I just do. But nevertheless, I think it is something very serious. So probably was best handled. And, like I say, I've always thought Governor Lamont did okay with it. So it is. I'm speaking past tense.
Okay. I feel okay being here.
All right, big boy. I will. I hope I will talk to you next week. If not, we can just text and we'll get you back on again.
There you go. Thank you.
Take care, Alden. All right.
Bye.
I'm told I must leave. 7:29.
And now, a WTIC news update.